is fight or flight. They're avoiding me. That's why with this method it's important we need to get a hold of them directly. On the leash, and don't need the leash, we just hook our fingers into her collar, and then we're still, our arm becomes the leash, our arm and our fingers have to move away from it. So I may have to constantly adjust myself a little bit. It's going to be kind of like the tie, in and out. That same thing with her thought process is like the tie too, in and out. So here I'm getting my moments, and then she's going to express. I'm interrupting, I'm getting higher moments, and at times I may have to physically move her away and then bring her back in. But then it's all, I'm so in tune though to her thinking that when I look down at her and through the leash, at times I don't even need to look at her. I can just be up here. If I'm truly in tune with her, you know, I can touch my leg against her, my knee, you know, and I can flex this in a way that how her body moves and flexes provides the clue as to where she's at, what she's thinking. Okay, so we do this flexing. So here, if I go heel, take her away from it, I'll start to circle her around. I'm blocking the girl. Now here, as I do this, sit. Now the touch part of it, and again, what we discuss this is that if the dog owner follows too much of an emotional path with dogs, it becomes too great of a source of empowerment for dogs. Then we want these moments I'm creating. I don't want to over nurture. I don't want to. If I'm thinking right now, for example, if my goal is to create role change through pure form demand and start to create that, then right away, if I start thinking too much about what I can get out of this, you know, through touching and nurturing, then I'm starting to adopt too much of an emotional way of thought. Right now, I need to be just a source of taking power away. Not through being aggressive, but in the moment. So, as I'm doing this method, especially the dominant dog, it's enough in my mind even. The dogs are so connected up here that it's just they can sense almost every thought, everything I'm thinking. So with Hope, or with Gunner, just as I'm getting my moment, it's enough just in here to be happy. In my mind, they feel that. Because if I start to touch on her, or pet on her, at times that I think is acceptable, it may be coming from a position of weakness. Well, I'm just nurturing more dominance because she's just getting her needs met that way, just something that she wants. I'm not creating anything either. So to change the relationship, what I need to do is nurture or pet on her or touch or praise her when I know that definitely she's within a follower state of being. So what I do with this whole thing here is push, pace. I use my voice, good girl, a little bit. As she starts to become more and more in a follower state of being, then I can reward that more, knowing that she is. But it's the context. So here, okay, walk around, sit. So the food dish is there. I'm just going to use that as a way to change how she thinks. So here, as I move her right away, but you can see her tail wagging too. That's the other thing. This isn't being, as you see her going, as she starts to, this unhelpful thinking starts to purge out of her, she'll transition the other way. She'll start to balance out. She'll become happy again. You know, right now she's stressed out. So as I start to take this role, I call it, it's like a paradox. You know, there's an appearance of not liking, and that's the thing that can kind of get confusing is after you do this for 2 or 3 weeks, say a few days, it'll appear as though the behavior is worse. What's happening is your interactions, instead of being a pathway to get what they want, you're starting to express in a pure form, telling them what to do. They aren't going to like it. Okay, in fact, it's going to look worse. You see me take a dog, you know, it's going to appear really bad, but not from devices from up here. So they're going to be rolling on their backs, they're going to be not liking it. So all I'm doing though is smooth and fluid technique. I'm just getting my moments. That's all I'm focused on. The level I'm at, it's as though this behavior isn't happening. It's like, you know, Aikido again I mentioned. Because their movements is just, how they're moving is just lining me up to create another moment. So as she starts to jump a little bit or go, you're just moving them into my next moment. So I'm getting my moments all along. These moments become longer on their own. Not that I have to continue to push and hold in. At times I'm going to, but they will just become more on their own because it's my mind that's creating it more than the physical. Okay, and so as I go here, Ace. Don't walk very far with her. Put her back. It's not just the food dish. She's expressing dominance in general. Okay, so how you can tell is as I'm putting this hold over her, as I'm telling her what to do in a pure form, she's not liking it. Okay, so remove. There's no empowerment coming in. It's just pure form. You're doing it all the time. You're doing it. I'm creating these sits at such a high level that again, it's not the commands. It's the unspoken language. So what it is it's beyond. When I'm saying sit, it's already happening. Okay, it's not. The onus is so high. The authority is so high on what I want. The expression is so high on what I want that I'm creating on that level. Okay, she feels me at that level. It's a very high level. So, and that's the level needed to create roll change really fast. So here, heel, sit.
And her tail's not between her legs.
Yeah, well, because that's a transition too. Is I'm doing it in a way that is allowing her to become more of a follower state. So here you see her. So here again, she's going to eat here in a second, but I'm going to do it within a follow. So as I say, tell her to go ahead and eat. I'm setting up. It's a conditional state. Conditionally, she can eat. But at any time, I own it, so what I'm going to do is interrupt that process too. So as we're doing this, sit, even as I'm talking, put her back, sit, and then so when I'm going to create another moment, and within that moment, I'm going to say the word okay, or eat, or the word doesn't matter. She knows in my mind what I want. So as I say that word, I'm going to let her go towards the food dish a little bit, but I'm going to bring her right back. She may or may not eat any food the first couple times forward. And then because right here is what's, again, I'm taking ownership. So how can I tell is, again, as I get closer, if that runner that she's leaning out or she's expressing, I may not be there yet. You know, we'll get there. But it's better to create a better framework as we're moving forward than just to lead her to it too fast. So, but of course, during the normal part of the day, she has to eat. You know, there's no way we can't. I mean, she's got to eat food. But it's how she's thinking about that food. So we need to start to interject this way. I mean, this is a goal. Some exercises are going to be a little longer. Now you see her head start to go down a little bit. Now here, push, see, now it comes up. She's drawing up into me. You know, she starts to go down, which means her mind is coming more on. She feels hates. Not a bit, just calm. This is stressful for her in a bit. It's a transitional stress. Now here, I'm going to get a moment, and I'm going to say, what is there a word used for her?
We just say eat.
Okay. Hates. Eat. Now, right there, that's enough. Sit her back. Now this is how you have to do this. You have to, as she starts to eat, I'm not doing this to be mean to her. I'm doing this to change how she's thinking about food. Because it's not, this is, to her, in her mind, it's as though it's not food to her anymore. It's just something to consume, but in a way that's possessive, in a way that is totally unhealthy. So we have to approach it from that, ourselves from that standpoint. You can see, as she had a little bit here, it's her thought process is unbalanced about it. So here what I do is, again, flex. Now as I flex now, I can feel her coming up. Okay, now there's a little bit of, I'm creating a little bit of of looseness here on the leash. So again, communication tool, you see the looseness. So as she starts to move forward, I can feel when I should flex. Okay, so here, there's times this needs to be slack a little bit. So right here, there's some slackness in it. And this level of flexing isn't meant to be high, like a choke chain type flexing. I call them like little hey yous, like I own. So here's I'm doing it. Again, it's important to get into those layers of thought. So as she's doing this, she's starting to want, she's not with me, it's not coming through me, it's starting to. Okay, more and more. But it has to be at levels, you feel her drawing up into me more here. Okay, as I'm doing this, I'm standing, see her drawing up, you can see her body come up. Okay, this is how she needs to be. There's layers of thought, because I'm flexing.